Hey folks, let me show you how to use MCP servers with the GitHub Copilot CLI to interact with Azure Cosmos DB using just natural language. The MCP server I'm going to show you is written using the Golang SDKs for both MCP and Cosmos DB, and it has a bunch of tools already implemented. You can find the link to its GitHub repository in the video description below, as well as a few other options that you should check out if you need something more production ready. All right, let's see this in action. So I have the Copilot CLI open here, and as you can see, I have already configured the MCP server. You can also do the same using the /mcp add command. Okay, let's start with something really simple. Hi there. Can you list all the databases in my Cosmos DB account? So it's prompting me to choose between the service and the Cosmos DB emulator. Now, this is not something that's hard-coded in the MCP server, but the Copilot CLI is being really smart here. So let me choose Azure Cosmos DB service. And now it's asking for the Azure Cosmos DB account name, because that makes sense. Now it's prompting me to approve the tool use, so I'm going to go ahead and approve all the tools from this specific server. So there you go. It made the list databases tool call to get all the databases in the Cosmos DB account. Okay, let's keep going. Show me all the containers in each of the databases. I also want their throughput info. Please respond in JSON format. There you go. That's the JSON result as we requested. But the interesting thing is how it used multiple tool calls to get this done. All right, let's do something more interesting. Show me movies after the year 2000 that have a rating above 8.5. Okay, so that worked as well. But here's the cool part. Notice how Copilot actually generated the SQL query for me, and then the MCP server executed it against Cosmos DB. I didn't have to write the query myself. Hey, which query did you execute? And there you go. That's the query. And just to make sure I show you the data as well. So this is the Azure Cosmos DB account that I was working with, and the movies container, and a bunch of others databases that I have already created. The MCP server can also work with the Cosmos DB emulator, which is a local version of Cosmos DB. It is really handy when you are developing locally or for CI/CD scenarios, etc. Now, I already have the emulator running locally as a Docker container. And let me also show you the emulator portal right here, which is running on localhost 1234. So as you can see, there's nothing here right now. So let's change that. So I'm working with the emulator now. Create a demo database and a container called tasks. Use status as the partition key. Right, so as you can see, it used the create database and the create container tool calls to get the job done. Let's keep going. Add a few tasks with different statuses. Okay, this time it used the add item to container tool to add a bunch of tasks. Copilot in this case decided to add 6 different tasks with different statuses and priorities. Show me the pending tasks. And there you go. It was able to use the execute query tool to just filter down to the pending tasks, which are review pull request and writing unit tests. Now let me show this to you in the emulator as well. If you see, the demo database is right here, and a bunch of items within the tasks container. Now, what I really like about this is how natural the whole interaction was. I just described what I wanted in pretty much plain English, and Copilot CLI figured out which tools to call, what queries to run, and how to get me the results from Azure Cosmos DB. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for more options, I would encourage you to take a look at the Azure Cosmos DB MCP toolkit. It can be deployed as a remote MCP server on Azure. It supports authentication and has a bunch of other features that make it more suitable for production use cases. All right, that's it for now. I will share all the links to the resources I showed you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.